Okay, hey you guys, how are you? Welcome back to the podcast. I really feel like this is episode like 6 of Soft Authority. Today's setup, it's not a little different, but every time I record this podcast, I literally do a little something extra. I'm going in between how to film this because I'm filming this by myself. And I really am happy that I'm filming this by myself because there's a lot of things that I wouldn't do, like that will slow me down. I will be worried about everything else, but not actually getting to what needs to be done. Like I would be like, okay, I need this whole film team. I need all of this. I need an editor. I need all of that in order to continue. And that was delaying me to the point where like if I don't have that, I just won't do it. Like, I won't do it. I won't do what I always wanted to do, what I felt like God was calling me to do. I wouldn't do it. So I would speak to my friends about it. My friends would be like, girl, you can do that yourself. You don't need all of them people. I'm like, yes, I do. What are you talking about? But then they were like, girl, you can film that yourself. So here I am. I am on my comfy couch. This is actually my makeup studio that I'm filming this podcast in. And I'm very excited because I do everything in my makeup studio. This is like my home. This is everything. I even rent it out sometimes for people to do content here and to use this space for their own podcasts. Like, because why not? I heard a beep outside. I'm sorry. Because why not? Like, God gave me all of this. Why not share it? So that's like my vibe. So here we are today. I have no idea what we're going to talk about because I literally just flicked on the camera and I was just like, okay, we're going to do a podcast episode today because we're supposed to meet weekly. So I'm holding it to myself to actually put out these episodes weekly. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm not playing with my potential no more. That's it. So I really wanted to talk to you guys about, like, do y'all ever go through warfare, right? And I wanted this podcast to be like faith, business, beauty, all of that. Like, it doesn't have to be centered around one thing. I want to touch everybody, literally. Like the believer, the non-believer, the person who's struggling, the person who's happy, the person who wants to learn more about finances, the person who wants to learn more about beauty. I want this podcast to touch everybody. But I love the Lord, so I'm always talking about God. Hello. Thank you. I want to talk to y'all about me speaking, like when I do public speaking. So I've been on 2 panels so far, and this is such an answered prayer because I was literally like, I want to speak more. I want to leave more of a mark on my community. I want people to see me as an inspiration. Like, I just want to open up my mouth. And I was praying that prayer, and all of a sudden, like, I got my first booking to be on a panel. Shout out to Carla because you ate with that. Thank you for seeing something in me. So I did my first panel, and when I tell you the warfare, like I don't even know if I even told this story publicly, but I was telling it to some of my friends, like literally the day of. So sometimes I have this thing called vertigo, right? It is not vitiligo, not the skin disease. It is vertigo. And hopefully I put like the definition up here somewhere. But it's just when you start to feel dizzy and you're not even moving. It feels like you just went on a roller coaster, like you're on a roller coaster, but you're standing still. A lot of people, related to like being seasick, all of that. And it doesn't happen as often. Like I remember the first time it happened, I was in college. I was in medical school and it happened out of nowhere. Never happened to me in my life. I was like, what? Like probably like 20 years old, and it happened to me while I was in class. And I was like, what the heck is going on? So I excused myself to the bathroom while I started throwing up. Like, what is going on? I was losing my mind. At this point, I was living in New York. So, and my school is in New Jersey, so I commute. So, even though I drive, I was taking the bus. So, I had to get on the bus. And I never lived in New York before. So it was such a hassle for me to get to New York. I'm telling you, like, I didn't know what was going on. I was a Jersey girl. So imagine me, I'm on this bus. I'm super dizzy. I'm not even really familiar of which stop to get off on. And I didn't even know, like, there's different sides of the streets you have to stand on, that it will go uptown or downtown. That's how much of a Jersey girl I am. And I've always had a car. Like, always. Even back in the day, my dad, he not catching me walking. He does not want me to walk. Nothing. So I'm getting lost. I'm dizzy. I'm calling my mom like, Ma, I'm just trying to make it home. So I finally get home and my mom comes home from work and now I have to run in the toilet and I am throwing up everything. And I'm like, is this something that I ate? Like, what is going on? But I feel so dizzy. This is so bad. I'm like, I need to go to the hospital. But I didn't go to the hospital. But that was one of the few times that I felt this, right? And it felt crazy. So all I know is that I just never wanted to feel that ever again. Boom. So that's the last time it happened. I was 20 years old. My first panel, I was 20, was that? I'm 27 now. I don't know. Oh, that was in October, so I was still 26. I was 26 years old. My first panel. When I tell you, girl, the day of my panel, like everything was going so well. Like I'm preparing the night before. I have my clothes laid out. I'm looking over the questions. I'm having people help me answer these questions. Like I'm excited, like stoked. Then I have an appointment with Janae, my friend, to get my hair done. And I get to the appointment. I'm so excited. She's installing my hair. It is beautiful. She eats down. And middle of the appointment, here we go. I start to shut down. I start to feel it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, and Janae's like, I'm just talking. You're not even listening to me. I'm like, no, I'm hearing you. I think I'm getting sick. And she's like, what? I think I'm getting sick. But I don't think she really understood how it felt, right? Because at this point, I'm just chatting. Because, like, who just randomly gets dizzy? But it's starting to get bad. So I just can't wait to, like, finish my hair. Like, imagine we are chatting, we having a good time, and then, like, boom. I just clock out because I get dizzy. And I'm like, no. And so I'm trying to figure out how I'm even going to talk on stage. And so I finished getting my hair done. And I start to walk a little bit funny. Like, because, again, I'm dizzy. I start to walk funny. And then I get outside in front of her suite, because our suites are like, at the time, it was like mine and then hers next door. So I go outside, I start spitting up. After that, I start throwing up. And I'm like, why would it happen today? Why? Like, and I just felt like it was an attack from the enemy, because I was like, God, whatever you want me to say, lead me. Don't let my flesh speak. I want you to speak through me, and whoever message you have for them, let them hear it the way it's supposed to be heard. Whoever's supposed to be in that room that I'm supposed to speak to, let me speak. I feel like I was aligning myself to be a vessel. And then boom, I get dizzy, and I haven't gotten dizzy in 6 years. What? I haven't experienced vertigo in 6 years. And at this point, I don't even know how to control it because it's something that I didn't even know what it was. Me and my mom tried to figure it out. She looked it up on Google. I'm looking it up. My sister's looking it up. Like, we don't know what's going on. And it's this thing called vertigo. You just get dizzy. And so I go home and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. I say I don't know if I can be on the panel anymore because usually what happens is I just start throwing up uncontrollably. I can't even stand still. I have to close my eyes. And even when I close my eyes, I'm still moving. So how am I supposed to get up on this panel and hear the questions and respond? What? So I called my prayer warrior friends. Hello. And they prayed down for me. They prayed down. And so I was like, no, I have to do this. So even me putting on my clothes was such a struggle. Like, it was such a struggle putting on my clothes. I had a dress on and it was a button-up dress. My hair is done. My makeup is done, thank God. And I am like, and I'll insert a clip of that day. I was so sad. I'm about to get emotional. I was so sad because this was the day I prepared for. I did so much preparation. I was so excited. This is my first panel. I just felt like I was answering my prayers. Everything was aligning. And then boom, dizziness, you know? And it's a really hard thing to deal with because you don't know where it comes from. It comes randomly. And sometimes you can't stand, like, you're not steady. The world is just moving and you're just not. You're not moving. The world is moving by itself. That's what it feels like. And it is so painful. And I remember how I felt that day. And I remember just feeling defeated because I just was going to stay home because I needed to take care of my health. That's what I felt like. But I know I had to fight through because I really felt like this was a tactic trying to stop me from getting out the message that I needed to say. So, boom, I put on my clothes. You're not even supposed to operate machinery when you're feeling this way. But I hopped in the car. I did not care. I was going to do this thing because when you know that there is a power, a force that might be fighting against you, but when you know that you're stronger than that enemy, when you're stronger than that force, you remind yourself that you've already won. God already won the victory. He already won. So that's what I remind myself. I said, I'm going to be okay because I won the victory. I'm not going to let the enemy win. I'm not going to let him win. So that's what made me push forward. And so I finally get there. And I park and I get out the car and I got these heels on. Girl, when I tell you I am walking so slow, it looked like I cannot even walk in heels. When I tell you, I am walking so slow. And then I hear somebody like, Candace? And I'm like, oh, Lord, my God. And I'm looking down. I'm like, oh, God. They're like, Candace. And my friend, she sees me. I'm like, oh, God. I was hoping like nobody saw me because I am looking crazy walking, I'm telling you. And I'm like, hi. Right. And usually I'm such a fun, bubbly person. She's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I'm okay. I'm just having a hard time, walking. If I'm not mistaken, I think that she did help me all the way to the door. If I'm not mistaken, I really feel like she did because how did I even do that myself? But I think she helped me to the door. If not, I walked really, 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 really slow. And if you did help me to the door, thank you so much. But I finally got in and I was like, wow, this is it. All I wanted to do was find my way to my seat. I didn't even work my way around to anybody's booth. And I was so sad because that's the first thing that I do. I always support people. I make sure to go to everybody's booth wherever I'm at. If you're a small business, I support you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could be in the mall, in the kiosk, and you have a little sweatshirt line, and I'm supporting you just because. Like, you could have an online business, and I'm buying something just because. Like, I love to support small businesses. So when I walked in and I couldn't even go to people's stands, I was so sad. When I tell you I was devastated, but I was like, let me just sit down because this too shall pass. Like, something will pass. So I sat down and I was like, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know what I'm going to do, but Lord, I trust you. You got me here. You got me this far. So as the day went on, it got worse. As I got closer to my panel, it got worse. So I went to the bathroom. I asked my friend Jayla to come to the bathroom. By the way, Jayla and I are having our first event called Purpose and Profit, August 16th, 2026. It is going to be phenomenal. I'll speak more about that in the end, but let me just finish the story. So she helped me to the bathroom. She said, you want me to come with you? I was like, yes, can you please? Like, come on. And I said, we went to the bathroom. I opened the stall. I put my head in that toilet and I went to town. I just started throwing up. And I didn't eat anything that day. So I'm just spitting up water or whatever I ate last night. Like, it is just, and it feels like acid just coming out of my belly. Like, I don't know what that is, but it was just so, it was nasty. I was like, Jayla, I think I have to go home. She was like, Candace. And I'm like, Jayla, look at the toilet. Look, I'm throwing up. Look at the toilet. She's like, Candace, who you gonna let win? Who's more powerful, God or the enemy? I said, God. She's like, okay, so we're not gonna let the enemy win. And I said, okay. And she's like, so you're gonna get up, you're gonna shake it off, and you're gonna get on that stage. I said, how? She's like, you're gonna shake it off. So she helped me. She helped me up. I said, okay. And she helped me up. I looked in the mirror. I said, okay. And all I wanted to do was get back to my seat to sit down. And then I opened the door to the bathroom out into the venue. So I opened the door. All I hear on the mic is we have our next panelist, Candace, K Creations. Has anybody seen her? And I'm like, oh my God, it's my time to go up now. I'm like, oh my gosh. What? Why right now? I just wanted to get like 2 more minutes sitting down. And then so I was like, that's me. That's me. And so So I start to walk up to the stage and I tell one of the girls who's going to be on the panel with me, Paris, she does lashes. She's amazing. Hey, Paris. So I tell her, I'm like, girl, I ain't gonna lie. I'm feeling sick and I'm feeling dizzy. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm gonna get somebody to get you some water. I told Carla, she's the one who hosts the event. I said, girl, I'm really sick. Like, I'm dizzy. Everything is moving. I feel terrible. She's like, are you okay? I was like, I'll be okay. They were so concerned for me. She had somebody bring me over a cup of ice water. That's why you see in my videos, I have ice water. Hopefully I can insert a clip right here. I have ice water in my hand and I'm almost like spaced out on this stage. So much so that after I was done, Jayla was like, Candace, were you nervous or anything? Because you look so spaced out. I'm like, no, I was sick. Like the world was spinning. Everything was spinning. So finally, it was time for me to answer the questions. And I was just like, Lord, I'm going to just let you lead. And I was just like, I just have to be honest. And I was like, guys, I am not feeling my best. I'm feeling so sick. And I know the enemy just tried to put this on me just before I got on the stage because I was perfect a few days ago. Like I've been perfect until today. So there's a message that I have to get out to anybody, but I'm going to let God move. And I answered the questions and it was such an important thing for me to say because when you let your guard down, when you actually tell the truth, you relate to so many people that you didn't know that you could relate to. Like you touch so many people, you will be so surprised. Like from me saying that one thing about me, being honest with how I'm feeling in that moment and what's going on with me in that moment, all of that led to people relating to me, people opening up to me like, hey, like my brother went through the same thing, the same sickness. He had the same thing so much so that he was in the hospital for it. And I have another girl coming up to me, hi, I just wanted to introduce myself because your energy is amazing. Your spirit is amazing. And you're the only one on this panel that spoke about God. And I related to you so much. And you get so many people that just open up to you. And it makes my heart so warm. Like, wow, just me being honest, me being truthful, me being who I am led people to feel how I felt in that moment. So that was just, it just felt like I left an impact on people that I just met that day. Like, I just will never, ever forget that. That just felt so warm to me. But anyway, let me finish the story. Let me go back. I always jump around. So finally, it's funny because one of the questions, I think it was like, how do you know it's time for you to pivot? Or it was one girl who asked the question, and she asked specifically to me because she was a follower of Christ and so am I. And she was like, how do I remove the doubt from my head? I keep doubting myself and it kind of overpowers me sometimes. Like, how do I control those thoughts? And there's a clip on my Instagram. Actually, if you do want to see that clip, my Instagram is K Creations Makeup. That is my makeup page. And I have it pinned. If I don't have it pinned anymore, it's somewhere on my page. You can scroll down. And I told her, and I truly felt like that was God speaking through me. I told her that those voices in your head aren't yours. Remember that. Remember that when you're walking in your purpose, there's an enemy that tries to come up against you. And he would use familiar voices like your own in order to stop you in your tracks. But what you have to realize is that you're doing everything that God told you to do. You have this lash business because it is something that dwells inside of you. It is something that pushes you every day. It is something that is your love. And it's something that God is nurturing too. And he's using that. So keep going. Don't let those voices overpower you. And I truly felt like that was God, that was the message. I was like, oh, these are the people you want me to touch. This is the people that you want me to speak to. I'm like, oh, okay, this was the point. And so we wrapped the panel. After the Q&A, we were able to get up off the stage. So now that we walked down off the stage, guess what happened? Guess what happened? I got off the stage. When I tell you, it was like an instant release. And that's why I know I'm not bugging, because like I love the Lord and I can say everything is super, super hyper spiritual. But when I tell you that there are things that you need to realize that are maybe up against you that you have to defeat, there are little tests and assignments that the Lord has to give you and see if you're going to pass, to see if you're going to be obedient, if you're his obedient servant. And that's what this was. I got off that stage, and when I tell you release, I was a whole different girl. I was back to the Candace that I'm usually acting like. I'm back to the Candace that everybody knows who I am. Jayla's like, oh, there's the Candace I know and love. Like, there's you. You're feeling good now. I said, yes, I am. When I tell you, it was like I didn't even have vertigo. That's how I know that this is a testimony. Like, that's how I know. And it felt so good after when everything was over, I got in my car and I started to cry because it felt like mission completion. Like, you completed the mission. You did that. Like, I really felt like I did that. Like, I say, God, you really tested me. And look at your girl. Look at your daughter being obedient. Like, it felt so good after that. And it's just, I was like, yeah, we locked in. We locked in. So sometimes I know that my life is like a living, breathing testimony. I know that I'm put here for a purpose. I know that God has to use me in different ways that my flesh cannot get in the way of what he has to do. So that's why I'm like, yeah, this is not me. This is him. So that just goes to show you, like, when you show more of who you are and more your personality, people connect with you on a deeper level. People love to know that you are human. People love to know that you are just as much of a girl as they are. Like, that's what it is. That's what community is about. It's me and you gathering because we're the same. It doesn't matter if you think I'm at the place that you want to be, if you think that I earn more, if you think that you want to be where I'm at, it doesn't matter. No, we are all still one and we're all still helping each other. When I tell you, letting your guard down doesn't have to mean that you're being super vulnerable to the point where you look crazy. It doesn't have to mean that. It just means that your vulnerability invites people closer to you. It invites them to connect with you on a different level. That's when you've hit another level of your business, because so many people feel like they need to put up this facade of being a perfect person, the perfect businesswoman, the perfect, the perfect girl. Like, because they think that if people see that you're perfect, then they'll buy your mentorship more, or they'll look up to you more. They won't have anything to say. No, the most amazing thing you can do is tell people where you are flawed. Tell people that, hey, I'm not perfect just like you. And if I could do it, you could do it too. If I could get through it, you could get through it too. we are the same. That I love that. Even any mentor that I hire, or any even pastor that I watch online, I look and I see, and I like to see the people that tell me where they're flawed. I like to see the people that tell me where they went wrong and how they overcame that. Because nobody's the perfect person. And if you are the perfect person, then I just can't relate to you, Jesus. I can't relate to you. I can't relate. Because I make mistakes every single day. I need to know that you've made the same mistakes too. And I need to know that you've learned from them. And I need to know that you wanted to be better. And I need to know that you are a better person since then. Like, I love the mistakes people made. It makes them human. So all of that means a lot to me. And that's why I wanted to create more of a community. And that's why when Jayla and I got this thought in our head to bring everybody together, not only for business, but at the root, with the root of God, we were like, oh, wait, this is it. Before every single meeting, we pray. Like, even now, like, it's crunch time now. Like, it's about to happen. It's in August. Like, it's right there. Like, it is right there. We can't believe it. We literally started planning this last year. Like, what? This is crazy. This is our first event and we're so excited, but I feel like the pressure is on now. But God is such a good God that we don't have to worry about anything. Once we pray and we seek the Lord, we're good. Like, and this is not only for us, this is for you, this is for community, because we just want to bring together a body of women that just want to level up their business. They want to transition their business. They want to sometimes there's women there that don't even know what they want to do. They know they want to start a business, but they don't have nothing in mind that they want to start, but they know that they love business. And that's something that they want to aspire to opening. They want to open up a business. This is the environment that you need to be in. You don't need to be around anything that's not going to motivate you. You need to be around people that can not only motivate, but help you. Like, I don't want you to only leave Purpose and Profit being inspired. I want you to leave knowing how to do something different. I want you to leave with strategy. I want you to leave putting things in place now, implementing these things that you learn now. That's what we want. That's why we have all of these panelists. Shout out to our panelists who are thriving in their business, who are doing their thing. Like, I'm excited. Like, shout out to China. There's another China on there. Both the Chinas. Shout out to Lex, James, Tina, Danielle. Oh my gosh. Keisha. Oh my gosh. I don't know if hopefully I'm saying her. Yeah, I am saying her name right. Like, our lineup is amazing. Like, I actually want to learn. So I'm so excited. Let me see if I left anybody out. China, James, Tina, Lex, Keisha. Who am I leaving out? There's 6. If I'm leaving somebody out, I'm going to put the picture here. I am so sorry. But my brain is like right now. But we're so excited for this event. When I tell you, like, the girls need to be there. The girls need to be there because there's so many gems being dropped. Well, I can't speak. There's so many gems being dropped because these are women that actually made it to the points where, like, even I want to go, or like, They're just so amazing, and they're just women that love other women. Like, come on, who doesn't want to be there? Like, and we'll have brunch for you. Our venue is beautiful. Brunch. We have a DJ. We have crafted mocktails. There's gonna be mocktails and there's gonna be mimosas. So, I can't wait. Just hand me the mimosa. Like, I'm so excited. So we are getting ready and we are strapping up for Purpose and Profit 2026. We're so excited and we can't wait to see you there as well. I can't wait to have Jayla on my podcast too. She should be sitting here on my chair real soon. But we're getting ready for Purpose and Profit. We're so excited. You need to be in the room because you need to learn more about business. You need to learn strategy and you need to learn how to implement them this day, today. So that's why we're doing this for you. And I'm just excited. It's time. Proximity is everything. Networking is everything. Like, you can't just sit at home and wait for things to happen. You got to go out and get that. Go out and get it. And we're here for your resources. So use us. We've been in the game for a very long time. Use us. So that's it for this episode. And I thank you so much for watching this episode. This is like my testimony episode. I'm just so happy that you're sticking around. It's been a long time coming for Soft Authority, but thank you so much for being here with me. And I can't wait to see you next week for my episode. And I have a special guest coming next month, so stay tuned and wait for that. All right, you guys, follow me on all the social media platforms. My main page, which is just personally me, is Candice Isabel. And my makeup page, which is my business page, is K Creations Makeup. And lastly, this podcast page is Soft Authority Podcast on Instagram, Soft Authority Podcast on TikTok, on all platforms. And I am glad that you came to kick it with me again. All right, y'all. I'll see you next week. Bye.